Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the weekend. We begin tonight with a live look over downtown Portland, where it is truly starting to feel like January. Good news, it sounds like we're going to say see you later, the gloom, though we've got some truly cold nights ahead. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko, along with Chief Meteorologist Matt Zafino. So, Matt, how cold are we talking?
We'll be in the 20s for several mornings in a row, but right now the low clouds reformed after clearing briefly around sunset. They formed back up, so it's keeping our temperatures up a bit. We're still at 39 degrees, which is only a degree shy of our high temperature of 40 for the day. And really around the valley, nobody's that cold yet. It's 38 in Salem. Again, low clouds, but no fog there. When we look at temperatures, though, elsewhere, though, it's below freezing in Forest Grove and Hillsborough, down to 31. It's 33 in Happy Valley, still 40 over in Troutdale, 36 up in La Center, and Hag Lake is at 30. So temperatures, yeah, it's chilly outside, as it's been for the last couple days. The cold spot on the map is, believe it or not, the coast. 28 there at Tillamook with the clear sky. Also Hood River and Chehalis at 28 degrees. So we're going to see several mornings in a row where we drop to numbers like that, 27, 28. And when you get away from the city, down to maybe 25, 26. As far as fog goes, only Chehalis, visibility there a quarter of a mile in fog, a little bit at the coast, and then way down in Medford. Everybody else just dealing with the low clouds, which will do us the favor, I guess, of keeping temperatures from falling as low as they otherwise would if it was clear. So clouds in the morning, we should get down around 33 or so, but we really will get into sunshine tomorrow in the Portland area and see a lot of sunshine in the days ahead. David?
Hey, at least we've got the sunshine, right? Thanks, Matt. By the way, ahead of those chilly overnight temperatures, Washington County is activating its severe weather shelters. They include the Beaverton Community Center and the Blanton Street building, which will be open starting at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Multnomah County says it is monitoring the overnight forecast and is not planning to open any emergency shelters, at least not yet. New tonight, the family of a Lake Ridge High graduate killed in a Newburgh plane crash has now filed a wrongful death lawsuit against a local pilot school and an airline for $27 million. Catherine Cook is here with what the lawsuit alleges about that crash. Catherine.
Barrett Bavacqua was a 20-year-old student pilot when he and the flight instructor were killed in the crash. The lawsuit claims the instructor was negligent and blames his employers for what happened.
October 3rd, 2023, the day 20-year-old Barrett Bavacqua was killed after this small plane he was in crashed. It happened near Newburgh during a flying lesson. His instructor, 22-year-old Michelle Cavallati, was also killed, and another student pilot seriously injured. Bavacqua's family is now seeking $27 million as part of a wrongful death suit connected to the crash. Defendants include Hillsborough Air Academy, Ascend Pilot Academy, Alaska Airlines, and Horizon Air. Alaska Airlines confirms that Bavacqua was enrolled in the Ascend Pilot Academy, a pathway program used by Alaska and Horizon to recruit and train future airline pilots. Shortly after the crash, Bavacqua's father told KGW his son was following his dream of becoming a pilot.
100%. He went out doing what he loved.
The lawsuit claims that before the plane spun out of control, Cavallati, the pilot in command, may have been performing a maneuver called a single-engine minimum controllable airspeed demonstration. Based on the flight track, wreckage, and witness accounts, the suit claims Cavallati failed to maintain control of the plane after allowing it to slow down below safe standards. The lawsuit says, quote, Mr. Cavallati was required to comply with those operating limitations contained in the FAA-approved flight manual, but did not. KGW reached out to Alaska Airlines. In a statement, they told us they don't comment on active litigation, but added, "We are devastated by Mr. Bavacqua's passing and continue to extend our deepest condolences to his family and friends."
We also reached out to the Hillsborough Aero Academy and are waiting for a response. Now, looking at the NTSB's preliminary report, a rep from the academy told investigators the type of training flight Bavacqua was on commonly included power-off stalls and other types of demonstrations. David, back to you.
Yeah, you can certainly understand a family's search for answers here. Thanks, Catherine. Appreciate your reporting. Let's get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, including a close call in northeast Portland where a car plowed into a homeless camp early this morning. No one was hurt, and police say they are still looking for the driver. These tents are tucked along the ramp to northbound I-205, the on-ramp near Gleason. It's a spot that's considered one of the 30 most dangerous streets and intersections in the Rose City. A citywide emergency declaration went into effect about 3 years ago, prohibiting camping along similar streets for exactly this reason. Today, the mayor's office telling us that order is no longer in effect since it came from a previous administration. The city of Portland is facing an estimated $100 million budget gap for the next fiscal year, almost 4 times the previous estimate. The shortfall is in large part due to $40 million in one-time funding that's set to expire, and City Council needs to figure out how to replace it. So Parks and Rec, PBOT, and Public Safety could be forced to make some of the largest cuts. City leaders say they're also considering layoffs. And while Oregon's legislative session begins next Tuesday, Washington's is a week in, and one of the bills up for consideration in Olympia, one that would lower the state's blood alcohol limit for when a driver can automatically be charged with a DUI. Let's bring in Alma McCarty in the newsroom with details on that. Alma?
Yeah, David, this is the 3rd year that this bill has been introduced in Olympia. If the law eventually passes, it would lower the blood alcohol content threshold for a drunk driver from 0.08 to 0.05. Right now, Utah is the only state where the legal limit is that low. Now, supporters of this bill have argued that something needs to be done in order to reduce traffic deaths on Washington's roads, noting that the state's seen the highest rates of fatalities in decades. However, food and beverage lobbyists say that this bill could hurt their businesses, and they say they're skeptical that it would reduce drunk driving crashes. The bill's sponsor, State Senator John Lovick, is a former state trooper.
Madam Chair, our roads are not as safe as they were, and they are not as safe as they should be. I see driving behavior beyond anything I could have imagined when I started as a state trooper. Drivers are speeding, following too closely, passing on the shoulders, running red lights, driving aggressively. Drunk drivers have made our communities unsafe.
Should this bill pass and become law, the Washington Traffic Safety Commission would launch a public awareness campaign. And even if the law stands right now, a driver can still be charged with DUI below the legal limit, depending on observed reckless or dangerous behavior. David?
Yeah, interesting that Utah is the only other state or only state right now with 0.05. Thanks, Alma. Appreciate it.